Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. Guys, happy Friday. I wish I had some good news here, but it is all doom and gloom as things continue to spread out all around the United States and probably beyond. So far, part of a recap here, we've been going over the bird flu in milk. Okay, that's been spreading throughout cattle, all throughout the United States. We have E. coli that has been in walnuts that have been sent out to like Midwest. I think it's like 19 states or something crazy amount of E. coli in walnuts in these big bins that have been sent out across the country. And then we have another E. coli incident that has mostly affected Ohio and basically East, which has been the Walmart contamination meat, okay, 2.5 pound chubs, or 2.5 pound fresh meat, and beyond, 1.33 pound. It's so much, guys. It is so much. And what we're going to discuss tonight is why we need to make sure that we are planning for the future of things to come, because we don't know. We have seen, over the last few months, we have seen so many different recalls, so many different instances of things just not working out right. We're finding plastics in the food, metals in the food. We just had a pork, I think it was in Canada, where they were finding metal pieces in the food. These things happen, right? They do. But do they happen this often? I don't think so. I don't think so. And the thing is that maybe it does, and maybe people have had bad luck with certain things over the years. Maybe we're just calculating these things more these days. Maybe we're just looking at things in a different way, and it could be worse than what it really looks. You could say that. You could say that. However, how often do you hear all of these different misprinted labels on products, like especially a huge store like Walmart back with the coconut cashews that said honey roasted cashews on them, but they had coconut in it. That one just kind of rings a bell in my ear because I'm allergic to coconut. But people are allergic to a lot of different things, different products that have been coming up that have said certain things, and then there's something else in the product, right? Different, maybe some gluten things that are being found in some. I'm just making up an example here, but we really got, I was reading through this article through USA Today, and it basically just kind of sums up the E. coli thing. They basically took two articles that they wrote and they just smashed it together, and it's becoming a national concern here. Well, yeah, it is. My concern is what is being done to prevent this. When you start and you look at all these different testings and stuff, we hear from different veterinarians, vet doctors that are doing tests on these different things that have passed a lot of these things, and they're being passed on, I guess, to other people that are coming up with tests that are saying, no, we found traces of it. Now they're saying the pasteurized milk is fine. There's an article through, let's see, the New York Times has a post on here, pasteurized dairy foods free of live bird flu, federal tests confirm. Now, the key word here is federal, mostly because why were we saying that these tests were positive? Or they say that the pasteurization process now I guess, kills the bird flu? That's not what they were saying before. And there's this one here on staff. I'm basically just going over, like, what their titles are in these. I've read through a few of them, but I'm not going to bore you with some of this stuff. Some of this information's getting a lot for me to handle with stress. And the thing is, you know, we're basically just going to go over some of these things from now on and just give you where to find this information yourself, because reading through the 100 lot codes of these things, it's like, it is just so much, and we keep getting these things over and over. We keep reading these things. We keep talking about these things over and over and over. The bird flu, which has, if you look online, it looks like it's completely wreaked havoc on the nation here. It really does. And it's like, so where do we go from here? If you are doing like we do, and if you are stocking up on different meats and products, as we find sales, it may be a good idea to hold on to some of these different packaging, especially your receipts, best if used by dates. Make sure you hold on to those numbers, because we're finding months later on these products that they've been tainted with something. E. coli or bird flu. Now they're going to start testing the meat for bird flu. I want the stats. I want the numbers. I want to know how you're doing it, why you're doing it. I want these questions answered. And I'm sure you do too. We all do. And that is the one pinpoint that I can't find in falling down the rabbit hole of the internet here. Is we're not finding what is actually, all we read is, 100 million birds were killed over the last few months because of bird flu. Did you test all the birds? Probably not. I know how this used to be done, is they would test the different chickens and stuff, and then if they had it, sure, they would call them, but you wouldn't call the ones that didn't have it, and you maybe run another test. But that's how we've done this for years and years and years. However long we've been testing for it, I guess. And we've had kind of mixed reviews on this on the channel. I feel like our channel is leaning more toward, yes, why are we finding this and just eradicating everything? Right? I don't understand that. So, this stat website, STAT website, their main title to their article says, "New studies show pasteurization inactivates H5N1 bird flu in milk." Forbes comes out to say there, let's see. They're talking about baby formula here. Grocery store baby formula, other dairy products safe from bird flu. Okay. How did you find that out? I've looked through these and there's no real information. Okay, we'll look at Forbes here for just a second. Because this is something that's been in the conversation lately. We've actually gotten a couple comments since I went over some of the different baby formula the other day. See, this isn't coming up. So this may not be true. And there were a few people that were saying that not only have prices skyrocketed on baby formula, which it has. I haven't covered it in a while because a lot of people haven't been asking about it. But we did notice that the prices were outrageous. And a couple viewers have said that they've seen low or out of some of their different products in some of the different stores that they are buying. We constantly... Wow. When I Google food recalls here, it says about 1.03 billion results in 0.43 seconds. Is that a lifetime span? I don't know. That's a pretty huge number, ain't it? Some of these numbers just never make sense. Let's see. Food safety news. California company recalls shelled walnuts linked to outbreak of E. coli infections. Apparently these were shelled, half-shelled, and open peanuts in big bins that they were delivering out across the Midwest and further west. Doesn't look like that reached the East Coast. Okay, but the East Coast has its own E. coli problems from the meat of Walmart. And how long is it going to be until that spreads out? They say no overlapping states. So you have this fine line here where there's no E. coli yet. Okay, I mean, guys, we're in trouble. I'm done with reading from the internet for the day. And we're just going to talk about things that we should probably be doing to, one, protect ourselves. Two, we need to make sure that we are keeping up on all of these different news sites. I can't cover all these all the time, but you want to make sure that you're taking a moment out of your day to just Google food recalls. Right? I mean, there's one every day, it seems like. And it's just getting worse and worse. And now we got these things that are spreading like wildfire across the nation here. Is it ironic that we have a huge outbreak of E. coli on the East Coast and we have a huge outbreak of E. coli on the West Coast? And the biggest thing we can say is, well, there's no overlapping states. So it hasn't mingled together yet. Yet here we are with a big, huge E. coli scare across the country here. And then in the mix of it all, we have this bird flu in the milk. And it seems like nobody really knows, because now different places are saying that it doesn't affect the pasteurized milk. But then we have where the FDA was testing 1 in 5 of these that they claim were pasteurized, and they were finding traces of it. So which is it? Can I buy milk or can I not buy milk? Can I not buy milk? That's what I want to know. Should we not buy milk right now? There's no solid answer for that. I don't want to say either way. I'm not drinking it for a while. I don't care if they say it's safe or not. It's gotten too big. It's gotten too big. I can do without milk for a while until we see what's going on. I love cantaloupe. I haven't eaten cantaloupe since 6 months ago when they came out with the salmonella scare. And now, they have these, grocery stores are pushing out more and more of these pre-sliced vegetables and pre-sliced fruits. I will probably never buy those again. Now, I admit, when I was younger, it was a very quick lunch. I was trying to do healthy, and this is 15, 20 years ago. Buying like different watermelon, cut up watermelon. It used to be a lot cheaper then too, to get it pre-sliced. Now it's really expensive, and you risk a lot of things because I guess people don't know how to wash their hands, or the companies where they're coming from, or the food processors, or however they're doing it. We're finding traces of these things constantly. We're finding it's why I gave up bagged lettuce years ago. You can't open up a bag of shredded lettuce and it actually smell appetizing. Now, you can get it out of the bag and let it air out for a while and then it'll smell all right. But is it all right? I don't know. Too many stories I've heard on the channel here of a lot of our different thousands of viewers that have had bagged lettuce where they said it tastes terrible, doesn't taste good. I got news for you. If it don't taste good, then there's something wrong with it, which is why I quit eating it. Excuse me. Wanted to do our Friday night coffee rant here with you guys to basically relay the message of things that we've been going over the last few days. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. We had the issues yesterday. So we did a live show talking about most of this, but I still wanted to put something out here because I know the live shows don't spread out as far as just regular videos. So I wanted to make sure we were putting something out here for everybody that seemed to miss the live show. If you did miss it, it was the last live show that we did. We had a great conversation. It lasts for about an hour. I recommend checking it out. We had a lot of viewers. I went back after the live show. A lot of our viewers that had their own opinions and comments on this matter. And I think it's very helpful that we all discuss these things so that, one, we get the message out there to our family and friends as well. I have friends and family that, back when the salmonella thing, they were finding in the cut cantaloupe and then on cantaloupe, fresh cantaloupe, that was coming out of Mexico at the time. And I'm not saying, it's spread out all over the country, all over Canada, all over the U.S. and beyond. And beyond. I mean, that's a lot for salmonella to spread through many. Like, what happened? What happened? Did it all just kind of sit in one bunker, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. We have to ask these questions, though, because we got to make sure that we're paying attention to all these different things. And boy, does it look like it is going to start pouring down rain. May have gotten really dark here. It is black skies. Looks like the rain is about to start coming down. But guys, I just wanted to put this quick video out here for you guys because a lot of these places, a lot of these articles are now talking about, oh, it's safe. I'm going to wait. Remember when they were talking about the salmonella with the cantaloupe? Oh, it's safe now. All of that has been taken down. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's all over the actual whole cantaloupe. Now, this was months ago. This has been long past. But my point is that remember everything that carried over salmonella with that. Let's not forget that our Quaker company, right? The good old American-made Quaker Oats, right? Look where it's at now. They closed a business up in Beaver Dam, I think it is. It's been open for years and years and years. Because they could not figure out how to keep the place clean. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what it was. It would cost them so much money to come up to standard, right? I would have thought that Quaker had been in a long standard forever. But here we are, and somehow salmonella got into the granola bars that are heated and baked. That's supposed to kill salmonella. People were saying that, oh, it's got to be on the wrappers. Were people taking wrappers and sneezing into them or something? I mean, guys, it's crazy what is going on here today. It is absolutely crazy. Some of these things I will not discuss certain opinions on the channel. So feel free to chat about this down in the comments. Just make sure you kind of keep it PG, PG-13. Please no cuss words. I know these are stressful times and it is really hard not to just let it rip. But, you know, gotta try and keep it as level-minded as possible, because when these things happen, when these crazy times that are happening, we can't let ourselves break. We have to make sure that we are moving forward and that we're paying attention, because part of most of what we do on the channel here, you know, we go to the store. We're always looking for the best deals to try and help save you money, save us money, stock up on these items. And it's like, people are stocking up on these items when they find a good deal, and then here a month later, you're finding out that it's on a massive recall. Or worse, they're not putting a recall on it. And I'm curious, if they don't put a recall on it, does that mean you don't get your money back if you happen to find one of these products, which they have a recall on the Walmart hamburger? Okay, so you can check the website for that, and they have a recall on the different walnuts. But the Omaha company did not have a recall on that meat that was sent out. So they say throw it out. I say do what you can to get your money back and spread that message as far as you can. Spread it as far as you can, because guys, we can't keep, these things can't keep happening. They can't. And it's spreading, like I said, spreading like wildfire. This is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's already, when you look at a map on this, it looks like what it looked like a few years ago, and we don't want to start seeing things like that, right? So I don't know. It's kind of freaky. It's kind of freaky with all the way this stuff is happening. Is it ironic that different strains, different things are popping up in different parts of the country? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video tonight. Have a great weekend. Have a great night.